You know, up to this point in my life, I've always been really, really great at being mediocre at a lot of things. And I'm taking great pride in that. I take great pride in being able to jump into a new situation, a new community, a new environment, a new business, a new region, and get to know everyone, get ingrained in the community, learn the skills, and gain some modicum of mastery of a job, of a place, of the heartbeat of the community. I take great pride in that. But there's a certain point where you kind of want to master some stuff too. I'm great at being personal cheerleaders. I am great at bringing enthusiasm to the room. I am great at walking into a room and meeting everyone there. I am great at a lot of things that I was raised to be great at. But I'm not a great pianist. I'm not a great cyclist. I'm not a great barista. I'm really good at a lot of things. I'm really good. But mastery takes effort over a long period of time. Choosing every single day to do the thing that will add to the greatness. That's where the real greatness starts to unfold. It's not when you win the gold medal. It's when you decide you're going to make the effort to do the work. You see, greatness requires execution over the long haul. So, for example, in personal training, another thing I'm very, very good at, I take a lot of pride in that, but people will come into my facility with 50% body fat, no lie, they look like normal human beings. But if they haven't lost a significant amount of weight on the scale within 2 weeks, they're ready to give up. It takes a long time to get to 50% body fat. It takes a lot of concerted effort. But they want 3 sessions of 30 minutes a time a week, a total of 6, to make all the difference in the world in removing their tried and true terrible habits? No, that's not how it works. Execution over time is where greatness stems from. I had a period of time where I was just in survival mode. This is several years ago, and quite literally, once I did the math, at the end of like a year and a half, I realized by myself I had eaten about 80 pizzas. just medium pepperoni Domino's pizzas. Now, for the first year, that didn't really start to show on me. I was in great shape, I was exercising. Other than the pizza, I was eating well. But after about a year, after the continued determined effort to eat junk, that's when it started to show up. I started to gain weight. I started to feel sluggish. I didn't want to exercise as much or as intensely. I didn't want to eat a lot of stuff that was good for me. I just wanted pizza. Then, once I realized what I had done, that it wasn't what I had eaten that week that was showing up in negative ways on my body and in my body, that it was what I had been doing for the last year and a half. It took concerted effort for 2 years to reverse. I had to convince my body through daily execution that I was done eating all these pizzas. This started innocently enough. It started with a Friday night date night routine with my man, ordering a pizza and just sitting and watching a movie. That's how that started. But all told, it was about 3.5 years to unwind that tiny little habit. And it took concerted effort. So let's carry that thought process into your life, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your professional life, whether it's your health, whether it's a hobby. What are you willing to put concerted effort into every day for years, even if you don't see results? What would it take for you to do something positive for your career, for your personal life, for your physical health, for a hobby that you really have been wanting to undertake? What would you be willing to do 365 days a year for 5 years straight, positive for yourself, even if you did not see an ounce of movement in your bank account that was positive, on the scale that was positive, or in this case negative, in the weight room, you name it? That's the kind of effort it takes to make big changes in your life, no matter what area of your life you're talking about. You know, I saw something earlier today that really intrigued me. It said, you know, we normalize and encourage being the first person in the office. We encourage it. But we don't normalize or encourage being the first person in the gym in the morning. No matter how busy the gym is across the United States, gym's standard issue is to open at 5 a.m. And there's a good solid stretch of people at that time. But you know when it's the busiest? 5 p.m., 6 p.m. When you're given some little bit of what's left from your day to yourself. Now that's something. But more often than not, that time gets eaten up by business meetings, family obligations, or just sheer exhaustion. So what if you decided that for the sake of your health, you were gonna start being the first person in the gym in the morning, and maybe the 10th person at the office? Maybe you don't have to be the first person in, last person out at an office that will not remember your name when you're gone. It's certainly something worth trying. It's an experiment. Give it 5 years or so. What could you give 5 years to make a lifetime of difference in your life? Executing daily, regularly, consistently, for the better of everything else your life stands for, or everything you want your life to stand for. That's what I want to encourage you to do today and every day, because today is a great day to make it a great day.